So first thing, what is LSUC and why are you here?
Okay. So LSUC for me is a gathering of people from various walks of life who want to have a feeling of belonging somewhere, belonging to a tribe, a sense of community, and a feeling that we are part of something. So LSUC helps me with that. It helps me build many more connections, many more friends, deeper connections, which don't end with the gathering, but continues on and on. So that's what LSUC is for
You've
me.
been here for, this is your, you said second,
This
third,
is my third LSUC.
third LSUC. And you are homeschooling your children.
Yeah.
How many children do you have?
So I have three kids, three children. My oldest is 15 years old. My second is 12, almost 12. And I have a 5-year-old daughter. So two boys and then a girl. We have been unschooling since the past 3 years. Though prior to that we tried various different options of alternate schools, open schools, learning spaces, and finally we arrived at unschooling as something that fits us as a family.
So when did this journey begin of not being comfortable with school and then looking for an alternative?
I think the day I sent my son, the oldest, to school.
First standard
Uh,
or before that?
Before that, probably
KG.
KG, because that's when we realized that he doesn't fit in. He was a self-driven learner. He wanted to do things on his own. He learned alphabets on his own. He learned numbers on his own, out of curiosity. And the schools just had one particular way of doing things. They wanted the formations to be in a particular way. They wanted him to work in a particular way, complete workbooks and books and worksheets, which he was not interested in. He wasn't interested in repetitive writing. They wanted him.
So you said worksheets and all, and then you said they want. So start from day one.
Okay. So they wanted to control every bit of what he was supposed to learn, or what. There was no question of what he wanted to do. It was something that the teachers wanted him to do. So that was the time when we realized that he is actually not liking school at all. And so my first step was to try different schools. Then the next step was to get into the system myself. So I got into teaching myself and being part of the teacher training, the administration, also looking into designing curriculums and so on, thinking this is because for me at that time schools were non-negotiable. We didn't know that, we didn't believe that unschooling or homeschooling could be an option. We felt nahi, school to jana hi hai. So I thought that working with the system might help make it easy for my son. So that's where I think I spent around 10 years in that entire whole space of trying to uh, get the system to fit in with my son. But that didn't work. Finally, he went to an unschoolers camp organized by Shikshantar. And that was when our journey began. And we kind of told ourselves, yes, he can be at home. And then the other two followed him. They were also like, if he doesn't want to go, why should we go? And then I said that, okay, if you all don't want to go, then why should I teach? And so then we all got into unschooling. This was in 2017, around October 2017. Was
The plan.
Yes.
And how has it been so far? And what about the relatives and friends? What do they think about? Is this the right, wrong step? What's your?
Yeah, so far it's been an interesting journey because the day we stopped sending them to school, we were still unsure, I think, because we weren't sure whether we would be able to do this. So our first step was, chalo, because I have been a teacher, why don't we ourselves start a learning center and see how it goes? Now what we didn't realize that my children were telling me something all the time. They were saying that we don't want any kind of a schooling system even at home or even at a different place. We want to just be. And it took me a while to really understand that. We experimented with the learning center for a few months, and I kept telling them, let's go for this workshop, let's do that, let's do this, what are we doing sitting at home, we have to do, where are you all going to learn, and so on. So we did, I went through all that. However, at the same time, I also kept reading a lot, talking to many other homeschooling, unschooling parents who had grown-up children who kind of were willing to support me in this journey and help me through all my dilemmas and questions. So I was in touch with them. We have a Facebook group, plus personally over phone, or I would go and meet some of them. And that's when I realized that unschooling comes from the philosophy that children are individuals who have a mind of their own. They can think, they can feel, they have their wants, and who are we to control? Why and why should we control, and why should we kill things before they take shape? So the other thing I realized was children are natural learners. They're naturally curious. They want to make sense of things that are around them. And each person has their own unique way of going through this. So what might interest one child right now may not interest somebody else. So we cannot just dump them in a box. And which was what we were trying, and we were trying, as a teacher, I was trying to make that box as beautiful as I could, but I couldn't, because that was not what they wanted. And I was constantly aware of that my students were also not completely happy. And I used to tend to focus on the ones who did well, because there was something, that was questioning my ego and, oh, am I doing a good job as a teacher and all that. So there was so much that I had to deal with within myself too and unlearn. And I think it's been about the past 9-10 months that we have discovered the beauty of unschooling, because I have let go a lot of my expectations, my inhibitions, my fears. I have begun to trust them, and once you trust them, the children, and once you start believing in them, everything just becomes beautiful. Learning becomes such a joy, and they follow their passions, they follow their interests, which some may be short-lived, some may get prolonged for a long time. But it's such a joy discovering that and going into as much depths as the child wants to go. At the same time, I think I'm also discovering myself, because now I know that I don't have to live by the expectations of others, but I have to go by what I think, what I feel more than what the others want. So what I want is what I look at now, and that's something that's really beautiful that's happening with us.
And your husband has been with you on this journey from the beginning, or he had to be convinced or forced?
Nice question. So with me, fortunately for me, everything to do with my children's learning and education was my decision, and he would just go along. So that was really nice for us, where he was just there, and he was completely okay with whatever we decided, whatever I decided. But when we took the decision to unschool, however, it was a major decision, and a major discussion also happened around it. And I didn't want it to be my sole decision. I wanted him to be involved, which is why he came along to LSUCs. He read the books that I was reading. He spoke to a few parents himself so that he would know that yes, this is what he also wants to do. And fortunately, we are on the same page.
Can you just tell us some of the books you've read?
So, one of my favorites is What is Unschooling by Pam Laricia. It's a small booklet, very easy. She gives examples from her own life. Then I like John Holt's books, all of them. How Children Fail, How Children Learn, Escape from Childhood. All of them are really meaningful books. And then when you look at what schooling does to the community as a whole, Ivan Illich has written a wonderful book called Dumbing Us Down.
Which one? Dumbing Us Down.
Yeah, and then there's Danger Schools, impact that school is having on children. So yeah, these are some of them. Apart from that, Peter Gray, Free to Learn.
Wow, you've read a lot of books.
Yes, I have. And I've followed a lot of blogs too.
Tell us some about these online resources that you found very good.
Yeah, so Pam Laricia also has a podcast called Living Joyfully, where she interviews other unschooling parents and where they talk about their journey. So that was amazing. Dola Das Gupta from Pune has a wonderful blog called My Children, My Partners, and she herself makes herself available for anybody who really wants to get into unschooling. So she's been a great support. There's Sonal Partiwala from Mumbai. She has a blog, I don't remember its name. And there were a few others. I've also read a few pieces by Sandra Dodd. So she's also been quite an inspiration. Yeah.
This is good. So now, let's go to the final one, which is other people who are watching this. Right?
Right.
They're listening to you and your story and trying to see whether they should to get on to this. Before that, so since your husband was with you on this journey, you're not getting heat from anywhere else, or do you have that? And
So,
because that could tie in with this next question, which is, should they go into it or not? What are the challenges that they would face?
right. So for me, our first step was to get my parents
On board?
on board with us. So my dad initially was skeptical. He was more like, are you sure? But this is the system. We all need to go by this system. What are they going to do in future? You have to look into their future too. You're responsible. But on the same hand, there was he on his own also did some reading around homeschooling and unschooling, which he did out of his own interest without me telling him you read this or you read that. So he also did do a little bit of reading on his own. And then there was this one point where my husband's relatives were there at my place, and they were trying to tell us that we've taken a bad decision, and my dad stood up to me saying that it is her life, she knows the world has changed and she knows what is best for her children, so I'm going to be by her. And that was a real changing moment for us, because we were finally like, yes, they are there with us. And my mom always took this stand that when she was a mother, she had taken a few radical decisions about the way she brought us up. So she said, now it is my life,
Take the next
it's my
level.
decision. So she may not agree with many things, but she respects the fact that it is my life and she should not get too involved in it. My husband's family has not really taken to it, but now they have come to an understanding that this is how they are going to live their lives. The person whom I would have loved to be on board is my husband's mom, my mother-in-law, but however, unfortunately, she passed away a year ago, and she didn't quite clearly know what we were doing. I do wish, and that's one regret, that I did not get that chance to sit with her and explain to her what we were doing.
So the heads up to people would be: go for it, not go for it. Do your due diligence research. What would your
I would say that it is a very personal decision, and one has to look into many aspects of one's lives. Like, I have families who come and tell me, we are in a joint family, my in-laws don't want me to do this. I say, are you willing to take on the battle? If you're willing to take on the battle and fight it in the positive way, then go for it. Otherwise, wait. I do feel that the children suffer in this, but then they would suffer even more if they would see that their family is unhappy and there's a lot of chaos in their family, because that's this place where they spend most of their time. So for me, I think it's a very personal decision. It is every parent has to be willing to put in and let go of a whole lot of things and put in a lot of energies. Our lifestyles changed. I stopped working full time. Initially, I took on a lot of freelance assignments, but now they have also gone down because now my priorities have changed. I prefer spending time with my children, but I do take my time offs and I go off on my own. So I have not forgotten myself too in this journey. In fact, I've found myself in this journey. So yeah, so that's where we are.
This is superb. Great, thank you so much. I think you've spoken very well from your heart, and I'm sure a lot of people will be touched
Yeah, I hope so too. I've been
on this for a while.
yes. Thank you so much.
Yes.